Hello, welcome to my channel. Also here, I hope you can hear me okay. Hello Ruby, hello Brian, hello Leandro, hello Rat Catronibak, hello Jonas, hello Sinet, hello Karim. Okay, I want to start a new portrait. I'm gonna mention the colors. Colors are titanium white, cadmium yellow, cadmium orange, cadmium red, permanent alizarin crimson, cobalt blue, and ivory black. Just 1 second, I'm just trying to. Just one second. Okay, I'm gonna start sketching. I'm gonna use willow charcoal. I was just moving my photograph here. Okay. Okay. Let's see. The face is gonna place the face around here. I need some space for mixing the colors. I use the same canvas for mixing the colors and for the painting. Okay. Have left, right, the face around here. That's gonna be the top and the bottom. I have the image to my left, same size as that I'm planning to paint. Okay, that would be the hairline, top. This is gonna be the center line, and the head is gonna be here. Usually I try to just always simplify, just simple straight lines and use geometrical shapes. Like for example here, you know, it's easy to put the hand something like this, and then after that I start working on more and more details. Okay, hello Michael, hello Exploring History. Okay, thank you Jonas. Let's see. Usually I split the face in 3 portions. No, we're gonna split from the hairline to the bottom in 3 portions, and usually this line is gonna be for the eyebrows and this one for the base of the nose. Okay, now at the same time that I do that, I gotta compare with the photograph and see if she has, for example, a shorter nose, longer nose, a higher forehead. In this case, I can tell that she has a shorter nose and she has a little bit of a higher forehead. I'm going to produce this line for the eyebrows. Okay, and I make sure that I take this from the eyebrows to the bottom of the nose. I split this in 3 portions, and on top of this line I sit the eyes. I do this all the time, and this is pretty common in drawing. You can find this information on the pretty common book. It's kind of drawing the head and hands by Andrew Loomis. You find that book everywhere. Okay, let's see for the mouth. I split this in 2 and I put the whole mouth on top of this line. Okay, now let's see the overall shape. Okay, now I'm going to erase a little bit. I'm just using a brush, you know, because willow charcoal is pretty soft. I could erase this just with a brush. Obviously, I want to see a little bit of my sketch. I'm going lightly. Okay. Now I'm gonna draw again. I'm gonna try to draw smaller details now. Let's see. I'm comparing with the photograph. You see, I'm squinting down my eyes. To see how tilted is the nose, I compare usually with a vertical axis. Usually the mouth is tilted at the same way that are the eyes. Okay, usually this line and this line are parallel to each other. Okay, but sometimes I mean that could change, you know, when somebody's smiling with one side of the face. Okay, hello Lydia, hello Das, hello Einiko, hello Caspar. Okay, hello Jason. Jason is saying this is my first time joining the chat live. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, let's see again. You know, feel free to ask me any question about the materials that I use, about the colors. Okay. For example, when I'm drawing this portion, I'm thinking about this area as a negative space. Okay, trying to copy this shape. Okay, the same for the hair. I see the hair, this portion of the hair as a shape. When I say a shape, I'm thinking something flat. Okay, triangle, rectangle, circles. Why? Because it's easier to copy a simple shape, a flat shape, instead of trying to copy some curvy line, or you know, something that's three-dimensional. That means that I reduce everything to let's say bidimensional shapes, and start to building up the face, blocking in the face, and you know, drawing. And from there I'm gonna start adding more details, and then obviously with color I'm gonna try to add the three-dimensionality to the face. Yeah, it's kind of, I'm gonna put some here. She's resting on some kind of wood here. In this area there is a little bit of an orangey reflected light. No, it's pretty nice. I can make it this even more yellowish and orangey. Okay, I could add a little bit of that yellowish maybe over here. Yeah. Okay. The light on the head. Now you compare this light here. This light is warm. You can feel that the yellow here. On the hand, on the face, we don't see a yellowish light. That means it's more like a neutral light, or even a cool light. That means that could be a light from the sky, which is a light blue light. It's pretty weak. Okay. Not enough to change the skin color, but enough to just to give us some kind of mute color. I'm gonna erase again. Okay, now I have more information about the face. Okay, now let's start painting. Hello, Wendy. Wendy Rose. Hello, Jason. Okay, yes, Jason. Hello, Maggie. Okay, let's start adding some color. First, I think I squint down my eyes and I think about light and shadows on the face. We can see it clearly, the light here, some shadow here. Now, I could start with just two values, one value for the lights, one value for the shadows, or I could even mix 4 or 5 values, it depends, up to anyone. Okay, how many values you want to mix first. Okay, what else? The hand is lighter. I think even the hand is lighter than the face, Looks like even the nose and the light here on the hand it has the same lightness. Okay. If I squint down my eyes, I see the eyes are and around the eyes a little bit darker below the nose, darker below the mouth. That's pretty common when the light is coming from up, and darker below the chin. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna start just with the darker colors, and let's make some brown. Okay. If you have any brown, anyone can use any brown. Basically, since I have a small, let's say a limited palette for brown, I mix black and orange and a touch of red, and I have brown. Okay. I'm gonna add a little bit of linseed oil to spread the paint a little bit faster. I'm gonna go lightly. I'm squinting down my eyes. And I'm trying to just, lay down a darker value. Pretty lightly, okay? I don't press too much. Okay, now let's mix more paint. More orange, black, touch of red. Little bit of linseed oil. Okay, lightly again, without pressuring too much. Okay, let's see, shape. Okay, I need to measure this because one common mistake, I think it's gonna be around here. A common mistake that would be when we have, let's say, two objects. Let's call it an object, a face, and an object, a hand. That usually the hand could end up being bigger or smaller. Okay. Hello, Monique. Hello, Natick. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I'm gonna paint the background now. I'm mixing black, orange, and white. Okay, this color is okay. Need to add more linseed oil here. Okay, I go lightly again. I'm not pressuring that much. You can hear the sound is because I didn't sand my canvas. It has a little bit of texture. Even that the tooth of the canvas is pretty tight, you know, it has some texture, a little bit. I'm thinking right now maybe I should enhance the violet here. No, I love orange. And I was thinking at the same time that I see the light here, this yellow light, I could add some orangey light. Imagine that this light that is hitting the hair, you see in the photograph, you know, the same one is gonna hit this area of the hand, you know, and it go weak as it goes up. What would be bluish? To keep it cool, I could make it bluish. Yeah, just ideas, okay? Just ideas. Since okay, while I'm working on the drawing, I'm thinking, you know, about color, and from time to time, just ideas just came to my mind about, you know, changing, enhancing, trying to, you know, I was trying to improve the painting a little bit, my painting a little bit. Okay. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna pick up a different brush and let's mix the color for the shadow. Okay, the simple way to think about skin color is to think about a knockdown orange. Definitely, I mean, it's not just about that color, but for beginning, it's better. Always simplify. The same way that I simplify drawing, the same way simplifying painting. Okay. I want to knock down this color. You can knock down the color with white and blue, white and black. You choose. Okay, let's see. That's going to be the shadows, and squinting down my eyes. And there's going to be areas where obviously there's going to be always light. Okay, I'm going to mention here that the light is coming from here up. Yep. We know the shape of the face. Okay, there's going to be light here. First, think about the face like there's some planes on the face. For example, the nose, it has a frontal plane here, like this. All this area is a frontal plane. Okay, that means that this side of the face is in shadow. Obviously, it's not a perfect plane. There is a curve, a transition here, and the same here. Okay, the same here. The same for the base of the nose. Now I have an idea about the light on the face. Here, 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 here. Lower lip and here, okay? Now, on top of that, we gotta think that the face, there are a lot of rounded forms. For example, here is rounded, okay? Here is rounded. Here, the upper portion of the mouth is rounded. Okay, the forehead, we can see that on the light, how we see some rounded area. Okay, And this way, knowing that, that's going to help us to see more, because now you realize that it's not about just, for me, it's not just about copying the photograph and trying to match exactly the shadows. Is that okay? And at the same time, that I know, okay, because I'm painting too many portraits, that the lights are gonna, I know we're gonna find lights, we're gonna find the shadows, okay? Still working pretty lightly. You can see my brush. Look at that. I don't pressure it like that. When I do this, I lay down more paint. You know, I prefer going like that. If I was working in slow motion, you see something like this. What you see? Just the tip of the brush. You see that? Just the tip of the brush. I'm moving faster, but just the tip of the brush. I'm pressing a little bit more. If I'm pressing more, definitely that I don't, even that I don't have too much paint, I'm gonna lay down more paint. Okay, I'm gonna change to a different brush for the light areas. For the light, I'm gonna mix again the same orange and white, and knocking down this with black. For the people that don't like black, use blue. That's gonna be for the light. Now, at the same time that we have, let's say, this kind of recipe for mixing the colors, check out the skin color in the photograph and see that that's match this color. Maybe it's not. Maybe you need to add a touch of yellow, a touch of red, a touch of alizarin crimson, a touch of blue. Okay? You gotta compare. You can just pick up a little bit of this color and paint on top of your photograph. Put something, you know, a plastic, anything transparent. Hello Joe, hello Mar, hello Lollipop. What colors are you using? I'm using titanium white, cadmium yellow, cadmium orange, cadmium red, permanent alizarin crimson, cobalt blue, and ivory black. Okay, the brand is Winton from Winsor & Newton. This is the student version. Okay, now let's go with the lights. Now that I'm painting, I can tell that, hey, this is too orangey, this is too yellowish. It should be, what, darker? It should be lighter. Yeah. I think I'm gonna make it a little bit darker. I think that's better. Okay, it's a little bit darker here between the eyebrows. I see a little bit of the eyes, nose and mouth. It's not that much, but that's enough to get closer to the position of the eyes, the nose and the mouth. Okay, and at the same time, remember that I have the photograph to my left, same size, okay, and pretty close. That's important, okay? Because it's easier to compare when you have the photograph almost pretty close to the painting. And even more important if you really are so worried about getting the likeness. Yeah, but if maybe you're more up into interpretation or changing, you don't care about the likeness that much. You're enough just with getting closer, which is pretty good. And maybe you can have the photograph on your cell phone or or anywhere a smaller photograph. That means that anyway there's gonna be some comparison, but it's just easier when the size is the size of the photograph and the painting is the same. Okay, and even that when the size is the same, that's gonna help you with the proportions, because let's say that if the photograph was smaller, I would try to capture the proportions, but I would relate more always on these measurements. Okay, and I gotta say that these measurements works pretty good, but it's not all the time. Okay, different persons has different measurements. Okay, let's see the hand, one finger next to the mouth. Let's check out this triangular shape here, negative space. Okay, let me see size of the hand. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. I have measured the hand and it's pretty close to the size on the photograph. Okay, Vishik Kundu is asking me what is the surface? It's canvas. What happens is all the surface is a canvas. I use a portion as a canvas as a palette. It's pretty good for me. I mean, the colors are pretty close. Yep, that's an advantage. And let's say that the color of my tone canvas is the same color of my palette, which is pretty good too. You know, that definitely helps to get closer to the color when we mixed. Okay. Now I'm gonna draw again. I'm gonna use a smaller brush. I'm gonna use it like using any pencil with a little bit of paint, and I'm gonna draw one eye a little bit. Okay. Now the other eye. And simple shapes. For example, I see this eye here, and what I see is this one line, and a curve. Okay, and the iris. Yeah, I'm gonna move this a little bit up, but that's how I try to simplify the eye. Upper eyelid. The eyebrow is pretty close. Now, what about the other eye? The same, okay? Simplify. There is a diamond shape that we can use all the time that we draw an eye. Always works. When I say diamond shape, I mean this. Okay, you do this, you draw the iris. I don't have too much paint, you make a curve, tear duct, and you kind of have an eye. Okay, that's not a good example because I don't have too much paint on this brush. Since I'm using brown, I don't want this brown to stay too much here because I'm gonna put more and more paint. That means I don't want to lay down a lot of this darker color on the skin right now. And when you see somebody working on a toned canvas, like I usually do, is usually we do this when we wanna move, from the middle, let's say from the mid-tone to the darker areas and to the light areas. Okay, and that's easier and faster. And let's see. With the mouth. Let me work on the shadow. I'm not so worried right now about being so precise with details. It's more about the position, of the eyes. For example, here we should be measuring the distance from one eye, like this, okay, to the other eye or to the nose. Okay. I'm trying to be more precise about if I move the eyes a little bit up. And since I don't have too much details, the only way for me to compare is squinting down my eyes. Okay, I squint down my eyes and I see the photograph. I keep my eyes squinted and I check out my painting. For example, doing that, I can tell that I gotta move the eyebrow closer to the nose, that this is darker. Here. Okay. Nose. Let's see how tilted is the mouth. Another thing that I mentioned always, I work, let's say, the eyes, the nose, and the mouth kind of at the same time. I move from the eyes to the nose and the mouth. I don't stay too much time on one area. I keep saying that all the time because obviously painting a face is not just about details on the eyes and details on the nose. It's always about the relationship between the features of the face. Okay. Hello Linietiati. Hello Ashok. Okay. I'll continue working on the hand. Let's see. Yeah. No, the hand, the finger, one finger, another finger. Okay. Let's prepare a lighter color. Now, with two values, and blending those two values, I have created a transition. That means that I have more than just two values right now. I have like 4 or 5 values, and now I'm gonna add some lights. For example, when you work on the nose, think about this. Okay, you're working on a sphere here, something that's pretty close to a sphere. Here's the same. Okay, think about that, because my goal here, obviously, I'm not talking about the likeness, is getting all the ups and downs on the face, all the volume of the face. Okay, I add a light here. I'm thinking this spherical form, spherical. Okay, it's pretty important. For example, here in this area, I'm gonna put more paint. If I work this area and think this is something spherical, look at that. Okay. Okay. What I start to see is something round, a ball, a sphere there. Okay. Now, obviously, we don't want a complete sphere. You know, it's not that much. I mean, maybe when we paint a baby, yeah, you can see, you know, the cheeks are more rounded. Now we keep that in mind and we control the volume of this. We spread the light, we knock down the light. Okay. Now that's one thing about trying to create volume on the face. The other thing that would be a little bit of anatomy applied to this. Okay. Why? Because the light has a position here, and the position of the light, that's gonna be because of the cheekbone is here, the zygomatic bone, and the cheek here. The cheek is here and the cheekbone is here. Okay, that means that it's not a perfect sphere. But we gotta use those two concepts, you know? Okay, a little by little, and I'm gonna add more and more paint because just you know that I gotta add more color. Blending a little bit, pretty lightly again. You could brush with the same brush that you're painting. I have seen so many painters doing that. You could use a different brush, a clean, soft brush. Okay. Okay, just 1 second. I'm stepping back and checking out. Okay, I'm gonna add more color to the face. Okay, one thing, I'm gonna go over what I think I have some mistakes. The width of the face. I have to make this face wider here, you know? Yeah, okay. The hand. Yeah, maybe my hand is a little bigger. I gotta check out on that. Okay. What else? Yeah. No. I think this eye. I gotta move this eye a little bit to the right. Okay. What about color? Yeah, I think my color is kind of too opaque, too knocked down. I gotta add more orangey color. Okay. Okay. What else? Yeah, the lights. Obviously, I need more lights and highlights, and add a little bit more yellow to the highlights. Okay, I've been checking out my drawing and I've been checking out color. Okay, now to complete this thing about color and starting to see, you know, what I want with, in this case, what I wanna copy, you know, I see some yellow here. Okay, with a little bit of orange. Okay. Now here, what I'm thinking, okay, I love this first. What if what I said at the beginning, what if I do the same here, over here? I create another light, warm light here, over this area. Okay, it hits here, spread a little bit, and then just that, no more. Okay, yeah. Okay, what's the other option? It's just two. I'm gonna erase this a little bit. I'm gonna pick up a different brush. The other option that would be just make this light even cooler. A little bit of blue. Okay, that would be pretty nice too, because you know I would have more contrast between this warm, that definitely the hair is warm, and I have this bluish reflected light. Yeah, I could add a little bit of this bluish reflected light here. Imagine that you're turning on a light, a blue light. That's gonna hit just not the hand, you know, everywhere here. And maybe even a little bit here. A little bit on the nose. Yeah. What do you think? Yeah. Okay. Okay. That was this idea about, you know, we gotta do this, we gotta check out about color all the time. Usually when we paint a la prima, just in one session, we gotta check out about proportions, about the volume of the face. That means light, midtones, and shadows. Okay. At the same time, if we wanna change something, okay. Yeah. Sometimes we're gonna make mistakes. Obviously, I'm I'm adding this blue light because I wanna just enhance my painting. That's not for sure, okay? But you gotta try to do all you know is use all your cards on this game. You know. Hello, Sigurd, and hi. Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Artsan is asking me what sort of paper or board are you using? I'm using canvas. Cosimo Jenko saying, do you varnish all your works? Yeah, when I sell them. Jason is saying, I love how you sculpt your painting. Thank you. Hello, Helena. Helena Torres. Shock is a la prima and wet the same. Uh, yeah, we could say that's the same, but a la prima is more than when you start a painting and you finish up the painting the same session. Okay, it could take you maybe for 2 hours to 8 hours, but just one session. Usually 8 hours that would be too much. You know, usually a la prima painting is for something fast, and it's more for painting landscapes or not that much for portraits, but we can paint whatever we want with any technique or any style, you know. But when it's more or less pretty much just going outside to paint a landscape and try to finish up the painting in 2 or 3 hours, really fast because the light conditions change every minute. We don't have that much time. Okay, and wet and wet, it could be on portions. You know, I could let the painting dry and work again, basically repaint again on my second layer. And that session that would be wet and wet too, you know, because it's more like when we say wet and wet, it's more like it's just the same that saying a la prima. Yeah, let's just but you know, we can just always find more ways to say something. Okay, I'm gonna make this color more saturated, a little bit more. see. I'm adding a more saturated color, more reddish color. Okay, let's pick up a different brush for the lights. I'm gonna do the same with the lights, okay? I'm gonna saturate the lights a little bit more. Let's see, I need to step back. Need more orange. Okay, more orange here. Okay, I think this color is closer to skin color. Okay, yeah, that's better. As you can see now, if you compare these colors and this color, you're gonna see that the first color that I added is pretty mute. Yeah, it was pretty mute. But I'm gonna keep some of those colors on the painting because there are some areas that usually the skin color is more mute, and some areas where the skin color is more orangey, reddish. Obviously, we'll know that here we're gonna add on the cheeks more red, on the nose, upper and lower eyelid. Okay, and the chin. Okay, I need to paint the hair more orangey. Okay, another thing, I gotta move this. Let's see, that's too light. Okay, that's too much. Anyway, let's reduce this. Okay, I think that's better there. No, that's too much anyway. Here. Yeah, and a little bit darker here. Wow, that was too dark. Okay. Hello, George. Hello, Mervat. Jason is asking me when to use black to knock down the colors and when to use complementary. Yeah, I mean the first option that's gonna be use the complementary color to knock down any color. Okay. Now for when you paint portraits, let's say that I know. I mean maybe you're gonna make a mistake saying that this, but it's more than maybe almost 90% of portrait painters that use black. Okay, and some of them use this gray paint, which is not a thing than just mixing black and white. Okay, that's pretty common. Maybe it's about just that the skin color is like this. It works pretty good with skin color. Definitely use black, for example, to paint a landscape. Okay, I'm not gonna recommend that. Okay? And at the same time, there is a palette that is used a lot for practicing. That's called the summer palette. And that palette, you know, that is always it's just black, white, yellow, ochre, and orange. And with that, you have enough to paint the skin color, any skin color, and get away with a nice and amazing painting. Okay. But for any beginner, I mean, obviously, it's better not to use black, because the danger is that maybe we're gonna knock down the colors too much, and we're gonna end up with muddy colors. Yeah. Couldn't find every black. Helena is telling me that where I live, if I mixture blue with more amber, will it work? Yeah, yeah, definitely. Definitely it's gonna work. Yep. And this is for everybody. You can use ultramarine blue and, you know, more amber, and that's gonna be the black. Okay. Add more orange here. Okay. Now here I gotta change. You know, I use orange and some light blue here, or I could change to orange. I mean, this light could be orangey light. I'm just thinking out loud and just painting, thinking, you know, like, hey, maybe this is not gonna work. It's gonna be this light blue alone there. Maybe you should spread the blue here in the background, like a dark blue too. Yeah, you know. Uh, yeah, there's so many things that we think on the process, especially we wanna change. We wanna change something. And now I gotta go back. Obviously, the more important, that's gonna be checking out the proportions, checking out that the drawing is gonna be okay. Okay, I'm gonna draw again. Yeah, because you know that there is another. I mean, we gotta think on I gotta think on everything. You know, uh, color harmony. If I wanna change the color that is here. Okay, in the photograph. If I copy the color of the photograph, I'm not gonna think anything. I just copy the color. It's beautiful at the end, you know. I don't even know why I want to change that. It's just my need, maybe just to interpret, you know, this painting, the photograph a little bit more. Yeah, it could be that. Okay, I'm gonna mix a little bit of alizarin crimson and cobalt blue and white. Let's paint this more white. Okay, a little bit darker. Okay, let's work on the face. I'm gonna blend a little bit. Okay, I'm going to smooth out the face a little bit. Okay. Hello, Antonio is asking me the size of the canvas. The size is kind of 8 by 10 inches. In centimeters, that's going to be kind of 25 by, no, 20 by 25 centimeters. Hello, okay, Jason. Hello, Aaron. Hello, Marilu. Thank you. Okay, let's blend a little bit this. The link to the image is on the description box. You just can use it to paint. You can use the video to paint. I'm pretty consistent with this technique. That means that you're gonna see in all of my videos, there are more like maybe 200 or 300 videos on my YouTube channel. That means that could be pretty good for practice. You know, when you're practicing, it's better if you stick at least for a few months to one way of painting, then move to a different method or technique or anything. I'm not saying that you gotta keep watching my channel. Obviously, we just move from channel to channel here in YouTube. But once you pick up to kind of practice with one way of painting, any way, any method, anything, my advice is that would be stick with that at least a few months and don't kind of jump from different methods. Okay. Well, that's something that I have done, for years. And at the end, you're gonna realize that you're gonna end up with kind of few ways to start painting, few ways to kind of have some different procedures, methods, and you realize at the same time that uh, at the aim, everything goes around about having nice proportions, good proportions, and value. Value control, that's going to be the key. Okay. Is going to be more, not maybe like mixing the colors that match to match the color, because that's going to be mixing the color, but paying attention how dark and how light is the color. Yep. Because sometimes we match the color, but the value is not that close. That means that the color is kind of pretty close, but it's lighter or it's darker. That is going to affect more the painting, more than you think. Okay. Eileen is asking me, did you put gesso and sand the canvas before the imprimatur? Yeah, my preparation is pretty simple. Just 3 layers of gesso, and 1 layer of acrylic. That's the gray color here. Just that. I have prepared a few canvases with oil paint. Yep. Okay, just one thing, I'm moving just zooming in the photograph. Okay, I need to draw again. Can you see my eyes? You don't see kind of, there's nothing here. The only thing that I have here is just the position of the eye. Like, I know the eye is here. Could be a little bit up, a little bit lower, but I don't have detail. I don't have any detail on this eye. Okay. Now let's pick up a lighter color. I see more shadow here. Okay. I'm gonna move to the nose. Okay, let's see. I'm comparing, bouncing my eyes from the photograph to the painting. Yep, let's continue. More red. And let's see, the smile. Okay, let's narrow, this. No, let's make, let's thin the upper lip. A little bit of light to the nose. Light up here too. Okay. And getting a little bit closer. What about the color? Yeah, I think the color is better. I need more lights on the face. I'm kind of getting closer to the position of the eyes, nose, and mouth. Maybe I should move, or make the mouth a little bit smaller. And something about this eye. Okay. Now, what about the width of the face? Yeah, I made it wider. I think I have to make it narrow the face a little bit. Yeah, and that's too. This light here is creating a bump here that it's not working. Let's darken up this. Okay, that's better. Yeah, the more difficult about this thing is just to get the edge, Maybe I'm gonna end up with an older teenager. I'm blending. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty happy right now because I think I'm getting close with the likeness. It's not there yet, obviously, but I'm getting close. See? John Ake Bobby is asking me, you painting? Okay, okay. Thank you, thank you. Jason is saying, I'm practicing your method and I can paint without sketching the image first. Yeah, it takes a little bit of time. Yeah, that's okay. John Akpovich is telling me, make this one a photorealistic masterpiece. I will try. I can't promise. I will try. Richard Krebs is telling me, do you blend with a dry brush? Hello, Manuel Porcar. Yeah, yeah. I always use a dry brush for blending. And when I blend, I'm blending like this, and I clean the brush with a paper towel, and I continue blending. Okay, let's put more lights on the face. Yeah, I'm getting close with values, but I need more lights on the face. Lights and highlights. I'm adding a lot of white, a touch of orange, a touch of yellow. Okay, let's see. Now putting more paint. Okay. Let's see, where are the lights? You can see here, here, a little bit here. Okay. Okay. A little bit here. Okay. Where is the lightest light on the face? I'm gonna mix again white and yellow. I think is here, and one of the lightest lights in the nose. Yeah. Now I'm adding more paint. I'm gonna blend. Let's pick up a smaller brush for blending. And cleaning one brush, I forgot to clean one of the brushes that I use for blending. Nico, Nico, do you have your own art gallery in Peru or elsewhere where you can paint things can be seen? No, I just have my studio here, uh, and a little space for painting, and just that. I mean, Artani, why is your paint dullish? Looking for an oil paint. Okay, I don't got that paint dullish. Dullish. I mean, let me look for a translator because I already know that my English is not my native language. Sometimes I don't get some questions. Okay, well, it's something like, I'm gonna copy it just to have the whole idea. Oh, I mean, well, my painting is kind of opaque, eh? Yeah. I don't know. I can tell you what I can say. I mean, it depends. I mean, I think I don't have a like a precise answer because it change, from subject to subject. I got, you check out my channel, you're gonna find some, let's say, more colorful paintings. You're gonna find out some more kind of paintings with a lot of paint, thick painting, and not too much of them, but it's just like, yeah, it's kind of difficult to say. I mean, I'm copying the photograph and trying to get close to those colors. Yep, but just that. And sometimes I change things to make my painting more colorful. Yep. Now, if the question is about uh, adding too much white to the painting, okay, I mean it takes add to a lot of white to get the skin color, especially the skin color on the photograph. You know. Yep. Okay, I got the lights. Yeah. Okay, I got the lights. Yeah, now I think that I have to, after adding the lights, kind of erase the red here. I gotta go back to add the reds on the face. Yeah, I'm gonna add a little bit of this reddish color here. A little bit darker. Whoa, that's too much. Okay, kind of, I didn't see the pink that I added here. It's pinkish color that I added to the chin. Now I adding again, the reddish colors on the face. Okay, let's put more red here on the upper lip. Okay, still too dark. Light up this a little bit. Yeah, I think that's better. More pink for the lower lip. Okay. Now let's work again on the curves. I gotta draw again because I'm getting closer in everything and I gotta kind of switch, thinking about drawing, thinking about color, thinking about proportions, thinking about the harmony. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's work on the eyes again. I'm squinting down my eyes. I'm zooming in the photograph. Let me see. I want to use this. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me check out the time. I gotta see how much time. It's been an hour and 15 minutes. Yeah, I'm doing okay, I think. Now I'm gonna mix black with alizarin crimson. Okay, let me step back. Yeah, that's better, that's better. I need some eyelashes, I think, to get the eyes. Still a little bit older than the model on the photograph. Let's see. Okay, don't stay too much. One area. Don't make the mistake. Talking to myself. Okay, let's see. Okay, need to step back again. Let's see the comments. I assume that oil paint will have a chin to it. And I am a novice, just watching and wondering and learning. Oh yeah. Hello, Christian. Hello, hey Liu. Okay. Monique is saying all your paint can be applied opaquely or transparently, and this is a preview. Oh, you're answering Art Sunny question. Okay, thank you. Hello, exploring history. Looks your technique are almost same every time, but one only learn that after watching your videos repeatedly. Yeah, yeah, it takes a little bit of practice. There. Okay, where I was? Okay, was here. I was on the nose. Yeah, you got me thinking. You made me think. This thing about speaking about opaque and that. You brought me back in my memories to my, let's say, when I was a beginner, when I was a student of the School of Art in my first year. Yeah, and how difficult for me was to match colors. And I always, I didn't think about values at that time. I don't even, maybe I remember my teacher telling me, hey, this thing about colors is going to take maybe a little bit more time. Try to get close to the color, but pay extra attention how dark or light is the color. And I didn't care about that. My idea was always just matching the color. It gotta be a match. And I remember when I was painting, I take a little bit of paint here, my palette knife, I get closer to the still life that was there, and I paint a little bit of that area. I said, oh my God, I'm not that close. I'm mixing again, yeah, I'm not that close. Mixing again. And one of the things that, on top of that, I was trying to get close, but at the end my painting is kind of, hey, the color is okay, but I don't feel that this kind of jar or anything there is around it. And for me, it was like, yeah, I don't see that. But the color is pretty good. And the other problem is like I used to use a lot of white. Okay, a lot of white and a lot of black. For me, it was like, hey, you gotta knock down the color. It's just black. I never thought about the complementary colors. Okay, and I mean, I have told this before, but once one of my teacher, my first teacher, he told me, hey, it looks like you're not able to control the amount of white and black you use. Okay, what he did is just he put on my palette a little bit of white, and he took my tube of paint. Okay, and he took my black away from me, and he was, okay, you're not gonna use black for this painting. And I was, what? I mean, I'm lost without how is gonna get the darks. Yeah, I mean, he was, you eventually you're gonna use black. Yeah, because first, the black color, okay, is not gonna get to the darkness or to something dark that we see in real life. When we see something black in real life, we basically is a shadow. It's not getting any light, or it could be something that it has some depth. Like a cave, let's say, dark, no light. It doesn't matter how much black you add, you're not gonna get to that dark. There's no way. My teacher told me, okay, there's no way to get. Why? Because obviously that where you see this is no light at all in that cave, but the canvas is something flat. How are you gonna create that darkness in something flat? It doesn't matter. You just squeeze out your whole tube of black on the canvas. You're not gonna get to the dark. That's why it takes to exaggerate a little bit things here on the canvas to try to get that kind of contrast that represent that shadow and light. Okay, it takes a little bit of changing here. And I was, yeah, and then, but now he told me you don't need black because basically you see a color and you think, oh, okay, I gotta darken up that color. Let's use black. Yeah. And then when I was painting a portrait, for a portrait it was different. Yeah. It was like, hey, black is allowed. But obviously a portrait, I painted a portrait when I was in my third year in the School of Art. No, in the second one I think it was. I don't remember that. Okay. That was a nice explanation. Adding a little bit of light around the turdock. It was pretty nice when I remember. I was trying to remember when I was a student. It was pretty amazing. That was a nice period of my life. I remember I got that first teacher. He was pretty nice, but how you say, he threw me out from the studio, from the classroom, like more than maybe 5 times. I don't remember exactly why. I don't remember once, I got late to the classroom, and the door was closed. He was pretty strict about, the hour. Like 8, the class started at 8, I think, a.m., painting class, pretty early, and I was late like 10 minutes. And then what I did, just I went to the bottom of that classroom. It has a lot of windows for the light. And I went to the bottom. I opened a window and I squeezed the window. Pretty, like pretty quiet, and I fold. And my teacher was, what's happening? The bottom of the classroom. I was there, on the floor. I didn't do it. I mean, it wasn't a really high window, but I just I was trying to be just pretty quiet. And I lost control and then I folded. And then he took me and he was, what are you doing here? I mean, get out. He threw me away. That was pretty funny. And I don't remember the other times, but I remember this time and the other time it was like my teacher was there and then he was speaking and we were speaking like some friends, and all of a sudden he was to my side and he said, okay, you want to speak or I'm the one that gonna speak? And I said, oh my God. And he was like, get out of here. It's a National School of Art. I was 18 or maybe 19 years old. If somebody told me, get out, it was just like a small mouse, or a small dog, like, I went out. Uh, I don't remember the other times, but definitely, because not silly things. But he was trying to, being like a good teacher, just like you gotta be on the studio, working from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. If you don't get out on time, you're gonna lose the first hour. Okay, in the first hour, that was the time that when the teacher usually he explained all the things in the first hour, and then we just paint for the next 2 3 hours, and then he came back to the studio to the classroom to check out paintings. And I couldn't get explanation like get some of my friends telling me, hey, what the teacher said, what should I do about this and that? Because to be honest, you're kind of lost because you hear an explanation. It's kind of, hey, you hear an explanation, you try to do what the teacher told you to do, but your painting doesn't show that. Your painting shows something different. You show some paintings show like you're clueless, something like that. You don't have any idea of what you're doing, even after listening to the explanation. Nothing. It's just like you're there alone. How you gonna get an idea from one of your friends? We all were kind of in the same position. Okay, let's read the comments and let's step back. Check out. Looks like everything is okay. I want to believe that everything is okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, baby. Okay, let's see. Hello, Melanie. Okay. Okay, thank you, Melanie, for the explanation about my setup on the camera. Hello, Manuel Saldivar. Okay. Shock is telling me right cheek is a little wider, I think. Yeah, yeah, yeah. This thing I made it wider and narrow it. I gotta work on that. Richard Grips say perceiving distance from the eye on the right to the hair is greater than it is in the original. Okay, okay, thank you. Yeah, it's too much, huh? Yep. Okay, let's continue painting. I'm gonna move now to the hand. Okay. Yeah. let's see. Maybe one more brush for, okay, this one I think is okay. I remember my friends from that time. I remember one of my friends, especially, he used to keep always how do you say, sketchbook? Yeah, sketchbook. And he used to take notes about mixing colors, all the mixtures. He mixed this color. We put it on the sketchbook. The other one, and the result. It was pages after pages of mixing colors. That was pretty nice. And we kind of, I mean, we didn't bully him, but we kind of, sometimes we think, hey, I mean, that's kind of, he's wasting his time, to get to that way of working. But after a few months, and when you see that he was getting better, especially on color, you know, now every one of us wanted to take a look on his book, on his notebook, to see the colors, to learn, to try to go over the same process. I remember another friend on the drawing class. He was walking always, on the School of Art with a huge sketchbook, huge. Yeah. He didn't show anyone the sketchbook. He was just drawing. And once I saw, his drawings, he was drawing, for example, on just one eye. You can count maybe 100 eyes on one page, and the other page noses, nose, mouth. Wow, that was, I never seen somebody practicing that hard. Yeah. I thought to myself, I should be practicing like that. I mean, I should do that. Yeah. After 5 minutes, I nah, no way. But we did practice a lot. I mean, he was practicing more because all of that exercise. I used to draw like 4 days, 5 days, 5 days a week for 3 hours. Paint basically 5 hours daily. You know. And on top of that, I paint on my house. As soon as I get house, I start working on my own paintings. Or sometimes I took my paintings to my house to continue working on the weekends. Okay, I'm squinting down my eyes. Yeah. Looks like I'm having some problems here. Maybe I need a shadow here. I remember one of my friends, another friend, he was always speaking with the teacher. Always. That was pretty good. I mean, I didn't get that at that time, but for me it was like, how I'm gonna spend that time speaking with the teacher. And now I would love to go back in time and speak to the teacher because it's something that about basically the way that the teacher thinks. That I would like to know now the way that he thinks to paint the process. Things that sometimes teachers don't show because at that time you didn't see your teacher painting. It was just it was maybe some teachers just take your brushes and show you how to do something pretty simple like one color or anything. But usually, the teaching was different. Nowadays, I think it's more about showing. But that time wasn't like that, and it would be pretty useful to speak to some of my teachers and to kind of dig uh, the way how they think when they were just painting, how they were applying color. Okay, squinting down my eyes, trying to compare. Okay, I have a mistake here. That's my dog. My son is on the school. He's the one who controls the dog. My daughter is upstairs just drawing. She's drawing the whole day, and she didn't care about it. She doesn't care about. Uh, if she hears the dog crying, she just you're gonna sit there like in 1 second there, asking what happened, with my dog. But if I'm out, I forget my key and I call her name. She didn't show up. She's like just with her headphones and drawing. Okay. Step back. I'll check out the comments. Manuel is saying color theory is my biggest problem. Mixing paint is so hard. Yeah, is that right? Benjamin, I'm thinking about buying an easel. Are you painting on a vertical surface, on an easel, on a horizontal one, like on a table? No, on a vertical easel. Hello, Intisar. Yeah, my camera is just in front of I'm behind the camera, just almost touching the camera with my nose. Hi, Linus. Do you think pigments that substitute the cadmium works as well, or I really have to buy cadmiums? To be honest, for the price of these colors, I don't think there is any cadmium inside here. Maybe on the original one, on the Windsor, the professional grade, and this student grade, maybe it's a little bit. But to be honest, in years after years after years, I haven't heard about anyone until this year that I heard somebody just having allergic problems, but it was not because of the paint, it was cleaning the brushes on a closed space. Okay, that's different, yeah. But I never heard it in 40 years, not 40, I mean 30 plus years painting that somebody got a problem using oil paints. And even myself, that I have spent a lot of my life just painting and sleeping on the same room, because usually my studio, it was my room. Okay, I used to rent a space that was just one room, a room, a bathroom, and that's it. Just that. I had my bed. That wasn't even a bed. It was more like a camping bed, just there. That means I sleep there and I paint there. Usually woke up. Sometimes I woke up like at midnight and start to paint because I didn't have anything more. Okay, and I was waiting for my dog to stop. And but just that for kind of, let's say, years, I love to do that because I was, my life is painting, and I don't do anything more. Just for me, it was getting out to eat breakfast, go back to my room and paint. Going out for lunch, going out for dinner, getting back and paint. As soon as I fell asleep, I sleep, you know. And at any time, sometimes a few times, more than once, I usually I went to sleep like 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning. I used to wake up at 12 a.m., 1 p.m. and continue painting. I was eating my breakfast at 1 p.m. And then for me, it was just like that. It's not like all of my friends were doing that. That was, let's say, that space that I could afford at the time, and at the same time, I didn't need more. Uh, I didn't have too much stuff. just just my paint. Okay, I'm gonna call my daughter. Okay, to see what's happening upstairs. Just 1 second. Just 1 second. She didn't take my call. My daughter she's upstairs and she didn't take my call. She knows that I'm here. A little more orange. Okay, let's continue painting. I need to add more light here. I need more light on the nose. Oops. Okay. Okay, I think her nose is more pointy. Better move it. Or maybe it's just that I need more shadow here. It could be that. Okay. It could be that. Sorry about the dog. Okay. Nothing. Maybe I should go upstairs to check out. Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna work here on the edge of the face. Okay. Okay, I think I should reduce the chin a little bit up. Yeah, there. Okay, let me check out. Okay, I think that's better. Yeah, that's better. No. Okay. Check out again. Maybe move this even a little bit up. And narrowing the face a little bit. The hair is here. Okay. Squinting down my eyes. Let me see. Yeah, I think this is okay. I think this is better. I gotta soften that edge. I have reduced the whole mandible. I gotta say that I have reduced the whole mandible a lot. Yeah. Okay. Paul Moore is saying she's probably busy painting a masterpiece. Dory has the headphones on. Yeah, definitely. She's always with her headphones. and she's always there drawing. I'm trying to convince her, to tell me her YouTube channel to share, here with you all, because obviously I want her to grow on YouTube, and I don't even she said no, no. She just comes to me when she needs something, like, hey dad, I don't get this color right. It's kind of the background and the main subject. I don't see some depth. What should I do? And then she handed me her tablet, her pen, and I don't remember the name, the program she uses, but it's pretty nice. It feels really good, because I'm doing some digital painting, and I use Photoshop, and I use a mouse, a pad, and I use this pencil, X pen. But she has a tiny, pencil, and it kind of moved different. Yeah. Maybe it's not that much, but I can tell a difference. It's just like working on a different canvas. It's just like she works on a nice canvas with a lot of gesso. And I'm working on a canvas that I don't have too much gesso, and the painting doesn't flow. I feel like that when I pick up, you know, uh, her tablet. I gotta move this finger a little bit to the right. I think there. I gotta make this finger a little bit thicker. Lot of things to fix. A hand alone could take you an hour, or maybe more. I should have thought about that when I picked up the photograph. As soon as I saw the photograph, I thought, okay, this is beautiful. I just want to paint this. But that happened to me before, after I picked up and I'm painting, I'm thinking, hey, you know, you gotta stay maybe an extra hour because of the hand. Okay. Uh, Melanie saying you can see more of her upper iris and the whole of her pupil on the photo, which make her eyes looks more open and younger. Okay, thank you, Melanie. I'm gonna check out that. Okay, yeah. Now that you mentioned that, I realized that on my painting, she has some kind of sleepy eyes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I want to continue blending a little bit. I'm gonna check out the eyes in a minute. Okay, another thing, I'm gonna check out the nose. Maybe the nose has to be shorter. Just a second. I see a little bit of reflected light here, a little bit. This corner. I think it's there. Okay, let's work on the mouth. Okay, let's work on the mouth. Let's see. Okay, I need two brushes here. Need a brush with red. Okay, got the highlight here. Mixing a different crimson in camion red. see. More pink here and more highlight here. Okay, what about the nose? Okay, let's go. Let's work on the eyes. Okay. I think I gotta go upstairs to check out. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna pick up pure black and put it here. And here too, a little bit. Okay, I need to soften the lips. Okay, I'm gonna okay, wait. First, I'm gonna try to call my daughter again. Okay. Okay. One thing before I go upstairs to check out. Okay. I wanna fix the shape here. Soften this. Okay, the other thing that would be the shape here on the chin. Okay. The other thing that I see a little bit different is little light here. Okay. 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 She has some eyelashes on the photograph. When I add those eyelashes, I think that's gonna open her eyes a little bit more rounded here. Okay. Now another thing that I'm gonna do is just make this area darker. Okay. And again, I'm gonna put some yellow there. With orange. Okay. a lot of. Touch of white. Okay, I like it. Like it a lot. Yeah. And you know what? I'm gonna add orange here too. Too orange. Too orangey. Everything is too orangey. But I like it. Let's see. I'm gonna move the photograph, okay? And I'm gonna change something here. Just 1 second. Okay. Okay, I was saying that I'm gonna move the photograph just to show more of this. There. Okay. Yeah. I think I'm getting close. I think it's not about the width of the face, it's about reducing more the mandible. Okay, just wait for me. Just one couple of minutes, okay? I'm back. Okay. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna put more orange here. You know, I like this. Okay. Another brush. A little bit lighter here. Light here. Okay, what about the background? Um, oh, what if I make it darker, a little bit darker? Okay, I have here a little bit of raw umber. Okay, I'm gonna use it for here. Now, if you follow me painting, it's not about just using the colors I have here. You know, you have more colors. Use all of them. Okay, sometimes I end up adding more and more colors. Not, I mean, not a lot of them, but sometimes some greens, an extra yellow. Okay. What about the background? Make it darker? Just keep it the same. What about the skin color? I think I could make it more, a little bit more orangey. I need more shadow here since I reduced the, oops, I have, this brush was for the lights and now it has some darker color. I don't know how. I usually try to keep the brush like in order here, like some brushes for darker colors, some brushes for lighter colors. I went upstairs and my daughter was there just drawing with her headphones. Yeah. She draws more than I used to draw at that age. She's 18 now, but she draws the same like for the last 2 years. Like she draws like the whole day, like daily. She's building I gotta say that a nice community. Basically, on Instagram, she has a lot of followers. I don't know. I mean, she told me that it has a lot of followers. She told me the numbers, but She didn't tell me that how to find her. you know, I just used to see some of her drawings here. One or two drawings, but she's drawing a lot, and I don't see all of them. I added a little bit of pink. Okay, make it more orange. Okay, more orange. Let's see the chat box. Uh, okay. Melanie, is it, Rob Sasser just dropping in to say hello. Okay, hello, Rob. Okay, Melanie saying it's wonderful to watch you paint. Every time I learn so much and feel newly inspired. and motivated to paint myself. That's pretty nice to hear. Okay, let's continue adding more of this orange here. I think this is maybe one of the things that's kind of difficult to follow when we paint in one session. That we paint on the palette, we mix the colors on the palette, and at the same time we mix the colors on the canvas. Just know right now I'm mixing on the canvas here on the same portrait, adding more orangey, and that definitely is changing the color that I had here before. I'm gonna reduce more the mandible. I gotta check out. Okay, let me see. I think there. Yeah, a little bit up. Now the problem is when I blend this. When I'm blend this, I think I'm moving the jaw a little bit lower. Okay, I'm gonna try to blend from the dark color up. Okay. You know, I'm painting live streams every Thursday at 2 p.m. I am in Peru. On my channel it says 2 p.m. Central Time. It happens to be that in Lima, Peru is the same time that Central Time in USA. And I think it's easier just to follow Central Time in USA. Okay, at the same time, I got a Patreon account where you can find some recorded paint along lessons and some, obviously, some paint along lessons. We paint every Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday. We basically paint the whole week. Okay, you can join my Patreon account beginning at $4 per month. Okay, I need a different brush. But there's the link, okay, on the chat box. And we have critiques and paint parties on Fridays. Okay, let me see. I need to step back. Yeah, I think the hand is okay. I gotta work on this area. Yeah, the blue, I don't think it's a good idea right now. Hmm. I gotta fix the hand. Yes. It's been how much time? Okay, I don't see the time. 2 hours, almost 2 hours and a half. Yep, yeah, 2 hours and a half. Okay, and yeah, I have enough time, I think, to work or even to change maybe some color on the like adding the blue that I was just but no, I'm not so sure yet about that change. But let's continue just painting. Okay, and then I see. Oh yes, I was speaking about my Patreon account. Okay, I have some pink here. I need a little bit of green. There's some green here. More green. I have a color that I think is much better to use. This is emerald green. And mix this green with white. And I think it's gonna work perfectly for the light. Okay, that's too much green. Too much green. Okay. Oh, thank you, Elizabeth. Hi, Lina is asking me. Hello, Mohammed. Uh, okay, Monique. Bye. See you later. Hello, Curtis. It's telling me you working without any links. Yeah, I don't use any. I used a little bit of medium when I painted the background, the very beginning. Greg Gorgs is telling me the shadow under the left eye is shifted. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna check on that. Yeah, I need to work here. No, need to add the shadow in that area. Yeah, I'm gonna do it right now, I think. Okay, let me see. Yeah, I need to put. Okay, yeah. I want to work on the hand a little bit more, and then I'm gonna move to this area here. I added some green. Now I'm gonna add more red color here for the knuckles. This area too. Okay. Now I'm gonna blend the hand. Let me see. Okay, I'm missing something here. Okay. Now let's work. here on this area of the face. Let's see. Shadow is darker here. Okay, a little bit of pink. I was watching some painters. A lot of, there's a lot of videos in YouTube making master studies. Okay. We used to do a master study once a month on the lessons on Patreon. I would love to do one here. What do you think about that? What do you all think about that? Uh, but to be honest, I don't think the time that's gonna be enough. But I think that's gonna be it could be really nice for me as a practice. Uh, yeah, it's been a long time. Like I do like a master study. One thing is copying a painting. Try to get something from the painting. A master study, you're gonna go deeper about try to investigate about materials, about pigments. I have done that maybe just a couple of times as a student. It's really hard work. Gotta investigate. And in the School of Art, we love traditional painting, but we don't get to the extreme. Uh, the guys that I have met that have studied that a lot, usually they're the guys that works in restoration. Okay, they need to know that, they need to know pigments. I could love to just to remember a few things again. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I think that's better, but okay, one thing. It's a pretty subtle. Yeah, that's not okay. It's not okay. Okay, I need to see more a bump here. Yeah. Okay, that's better. More rounded here. Okay, that's much better. Oh, the only thing I need to see is the same here. A little bit rounded here. Okay, the other thing I need to do is move this shadow, make this a little bit darker shadow here, just to make the mouth more rounded. Yeah? And just a little bit. I'm zooming in the image here to see. Yeah, I think that's okay. I'm gonna blend it. It's going up. Yeah, a little bit lower. Okay. Now I need a couple of brushes, one for applying paint, the other one for blending. Tiny brushes, okay? Tiny brushes. I think this is gonna work for applying paint. Okay, I need a little bit of light here, a little bit. And this brush for blending. Okay. Light here. And this brush for blending. I think it's pretty good. Okay. Let's go back to darker colors. I need to see this dark. I'm using raw umber. A little bit of black, raw umber, and a alizarin crimson. Need to make this a little bit darker. Okay, new brush and more yellow and orange here. Okay. Okay, I need to work on the eyes. The shade on the left eye. Okay. Thank you, Janos. Richardson, do you think the white dot on the pupil should be brighter? Yeah, I didn't add any white dot on the pupil yet. But one thing that I saw right now, I see right now is I need to make this lighter. Okay, yeah, I think that's gonna put the color a little bit closer. Now I don't see any highlight on. Okay, let me just zoom in on. Yeah, I don't see any highlight. Okay, but let's add the highlight. Okay, I think you know here I see a little bit of light, but that's not a usual highlight on the eye. Yeah. Another thing that I gotta do is more light here, the white of the eye. Every time that we paint the eye of the eye, remember you're painting something round. something rounded. It's not flat. Okay, and sometimes we paint the white of the eye just like it's something flat. That means that we paint with the same color of all of the white of the eye. Okay, let's add some eyelashes. Oops, I added too much eyelashes, I think. Okay, what about the other eye? Maybe I gotta open this eye a little bit more. Okay, let's see. I need to darken up, I think, this eyebrow. What about this finger? I think, okay, it's too thick. Yeah, I'll fix that. When you paint the fingers, remember that you're painting something cylindrical. Okay, that means that we going back to a primary form. That's a cylinder, and we gotta keep in mind how we shade a cylinder. Okay. For example, the first year on the School of Art is about painting spheres, drawing and painting spheres, cylinders, boxes, and you think, okay, that's kind of a waste of time, but when the time came that you gotta paint something like this, and somebody just tells you that you gotta think about the primary form that triggers something, you know, in your mind. It kind of you overlap, okay, what you see with what you know about painting a primary form. Okay, it's not painting primary forms. It's not just for to paint and then just because we want to just, you know, just exercises. It's just to apply all the time that every time that you're about to paint something and that you see that primary form, and you know what, we see those primary forms everywhere, everywhere, you know, cylinder, sphere, square, cone. They are just out there everywhere. Now, usually, a self-taught painter, sometimes we skip on those things. Sometimes self-taught painters skip on those things because we, you know, it, it could be kind of boring, and you feel that you're kind of if somebody's been painting, let's say a year, and somebody told you, hey, you gotta paint a sphere, a square, it's like some you feel anyone is gonna feel like you're somebody's telling you, hey, go back to learn the alphabet, you know. And it's not like that. Imagine that we practice that in the School of Art for a year. I mean, it's a lot of time. Okay, if some of you ever consider to go back in painting, you know, spheres, cylinders, you just think that it's gonna pay off. Okay, definitely it's gonna pay off. And usually we practice those things for so many time because the idea is to get to the point to create a muscle memory about that, to the point that we don't think about that like ever again, but we apply that all the time. We go back to that all the time. Every time that we paint, we are just thinking about that without even notice that we are thinking about that. You know, that's muscle memory, and that's pretty good. Yeah, no, that's what makes people sometimes speak paint and speak about any irrelevant subject and not thinking about painting. Okay, it's because our brain is already working on those all those things that we have created a muscle memory around. Okay, what about this? I don't know what to do with this, to be honest. I think I'm gonna make it a little bit darker, or I think maybe I can just let's say that this area, the hair is a little bit darker. I'm gonna add a little bit of light then here. Okay. Now, when you see something dark and you add light, okay, that gives anyone an idea that what I'm thinking is about contrast. Okay. Now, dark light. Yeah, simple contrast. Now, when I see this is dark, but it's orange. I'm gonna make this light but blue. Now I'm thinking about not just about uh, value contrast. I'm thinking about value contrast and color contrast. Okay. Color contrast include obviously temperature, complementary colors, all of that. Okay. Value contrast, let's say that would be if there's a dark orange and the background is a light orange. Okay, color contrast it could be something like this, more bluish. Okay. Okay, what happens when we add color contrast? Obviously, it's like you enhance color because the blue is gonna make the orange look more orangey. The orange is gonna make the blue looks more bluish. That's what happens. That's the way we see color. Okay, and yeah, I think it's up to anyone what contrast to use. For example, here's lighter. You know, I can make this darker. Why? Because this is lighter. You know, I want to create contrast here. The same reason that I added almost black here. I don't want you to see the black here. I want you all to see the yellow here. What's the higher contrast that we can create? Somebody knows? Somebody can put it on the comments. I have mentioned this before. I just would love to know who's listening. Okay, now we gotta control this, you know, because we can add more and more saturation, but it doesn't mean that's gonna work. Maybe it's gonna be a better idea add saturation just in a smaller area. Yeah? Okay, I need to add more pink to the fingers. I love when I see on paintings that the fingers are pretty pinky, pretty reddish. I wanna get that on my painting too. Thank you, Exploring. Thank you, Melanie. Okay, yeah, that's right, Melanie. Beth, sorry. Yeah, Melanie's in yellow and black. Just guessing, I haven't heard that you say it before. Yeah, yeah, I said that so many times. I mean, why? Because I mean, usually black and white is, you know, it's the opposite, but it's a monochromatic contrast. When we put yellow and black, we're making adding more contrast because we have something that usually people say that it doesn't have color, like black, and we have yellow. Okay. Now, just imagine that you have some kind of commercial, some kind of advertisement those one on the highways. Okay, imagine on some white letters on a black board. From a distance, from far away, you're gonna still see it, you know. But if you have next to that another advertisement where the letters are yellow, or yellow like a lemon yellow, a very intense yellow, and black as a background, definitely we're gonna see more of that advertisement just because of the contrast. Okay, the other one with black and white, you know, it's gonna get lost a little bit in contrast with the other one. Okay. For example, that's one of the reasons that so many times we don't add pure white to the highlights. Okay, we add white with a touch of yellow. That touch of yellow is gonna make the light a little bit brighter than just pure white. Okay. Now, speaking about subtleties, okay, things that maybe sometimes we won't notice, but it's just that a painting is just built up of many subtleties. Okay. Let me check out. I need to darken up this eyebrow. And I'm gonna start adding right now some touches of color. Like for example, oops, that's too dark. Like for example, let's say some alizarin crimson, some pure alizarin crimson, some smaller areas like let's say a touch of alizarin crimson here. Okay, it's darker. That means that it's not gonna be like, hey, oh, that's a brush stroke of it. No, the same value is there. Okay, I'm gonna add. From a distance, it even looks like it's just black. But you see the painting pretty close, you can see that it's a different crimson. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit of red here, a little bit of orange. What I'm doing here is just adding more saturation to some areas. Okay, now a little, okay. It's not like everybody wants to. It's not like I want everybody notice that there's orange or red there. Okay. First, the color is getting mixed here on the canvas. Okay, let's add some touch of this. These are crimson again. Some touch of blue here. Okay, just I wanna be careful. Okay. With some touches of colors, we enhance the rest of the colors. We don't need to, let's say, add a pure blue on the background. Let's see. You see, the blue is just a small portion, and it's not even fully saturated. Okay, now the thing is, if this is kind of just calling the attention that much, we gotta knock it down, okay? And I think that's happening on this painting. Yeah, maybe I'm thinking about that because you know I want people to see this highlight. I would like to add. That's something that I wanted to add from the beginning. I have two options. You know, I have the option that add just light blue or make this a little bit warmer, like a yellowish orangey light here. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with this yellowish light. Okay, another thing, in order to create depth in some areas of the painting. Okay, 1 minute, I missed one of, okay, here's my brush. No, this is not the one. One second. I have too many brushes here. So often just I drop one of those brushes and then, okay, I think I dropped, okay, yes, here it is. No, it's not. Right now on the floor I can see like 4 brushes. Pretty sure one of those brushes is the one that I'm looking for. Okay, I'm gonna use a different one. Okay, for example, in order to create some depth here, I could make this side pretty lost, you know, and keep some sharpness here. Okay. Now, I'm not planning to make it really sharp. Definitely, when I'm planning to make a difference between this and this, it's not gonna be pretty sharp. Okay. Nothing on. I mean, it's like when even as I say, hey, this is sharp. I'm not thinking like in something really sharp. Okay, even the sharper areas are a little bit blurry, a tiny bit. Okay, but something like this could happen. For example, I'm gonna make an example here. I think it could work. I have this brow. Okay, if I make this sharp like this, okay, can you see that? Can you see that? Okay, this is really sharp. Okay, and I make this blurry, like it already is, but even more. Okay, what's happening here? This is calling attention, you know. When in painting, when something is like this, it means that it's coming forward. More than the fingers, more than anything. Okay, I don't want that. I want something like, maybe like that. Okay? Yeah. Okay, anyway, it's not working here in this area. But that, I mean, it works for the example about how to add more depth when we are painting using edges. Okay, I'm cleaning my brush. Okay. Just 1 second. Just 1 second. I gotta do so. Okay, I need more white. Just 1 second again. Okay. I need to add a highlight here. Now I'm blending. Light here and light here. Okay, let's blend. Okay, let's see. I gotta soften this highlight here. Yeah, I need more highlight here. And again, more yellow here. I have a yellow that I love to use, this chrome yellow. This one. It's pretty intense. Okay. I want some kind of combination between both. With a touch of orange to keep this pretty warm. Okay, now let's work the hair a little bit. What time is it? Oh, thank you so much, Melanie. It's almost 3 hours, more than 3 hours. Oh my god, more than 3 hours. Thank you so much. About time you had a coffee. Thank you so much, Melanie Mawara. Thank you, Mervat. Okay, I was thinking, okay, the hair, yeah. I'm using the brush for blending, because I want a brush like this with the hair. You see there, I want this. I go lightly, lightly, lightly. Lightly, lightly. Okay, now I think I want to soften. I want to smooth out. Looking for a clean brush for blending. Okay, here's the one. No, that's not. I want to blend the hand here a little bit. I spend more time on the hand. Like I said, I should have thought about that before picking up this image. Maybe I'm gonna paint for 10 more minutes and that's it. Yeah, what about adding more? One thing that I'm not gonna be able to do this. I need to put more time on the hand. I want to, because yeah, but I think the size is okay. Yeah, that's okay. I'm gonna be happy with that. But definitely, I should spend even an extra hour on the hand. Okay, another thing that I wanted to do is on the shadow here on the face. I need to soften the shadow and do the same, add some saturation here on the shadow. Okay, soften the shadow. I'm gonna add some red and orange. I'm gonna soften this corner here. Okay, I gotta say thank you so much, everybody, for being here. Thank you so much, Melanie, for the super chat. And if somebody's new to the channel, I go live every Thursday at 2 p.m. Central Time. And for the people that speak Spanish or bilingual people, I go live Tuesdays on my Spanish channel. Okay, and for obvious reasons, if you're in my Spanish channel, I would speak Spanish. You ask me in English, I'm gonna answer in Spanish. And here in my English channel, if you ask me in Spanish, I'm gonna answer in English. I think in this way I don't confuse anyone, and don't confuse myself. Trying to switch from one language to the other. Okay. Thank you, Mirvat. Thank you, Richard. Okay, thank you, Melanie. Thank you, Diane. Mervad is writing, absolutely need this portrait painting a lot, but we need to see a landscape painting with your style when you are ready. Yeah. I will paint on Patreon a lot of landscapes. I haven't painted one here. Yeah, I will try. I will try. But you know, every time that, I don't know. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't think so. Sorry. I think I just gonna paint portraits here. Maybe I changed my mind, you know. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Who knows? Yeah, you know that happened to me before because sometimes I don't know. Maybe a year ago I was looking. I'm gonna paint a landscape. I was saying to myself, okay, I was looking for the images, and I found a nice, portrait photograph, and I said, okay, I'm gonna paint a portrait again. And that happened to me like a couple of times, maybe more. And I always end up painting a portrait. Uh, I have painted the landscape, some still lifes. Yep, but I'm gonna try anyway. I'm gonna try. I think I got here but a little bit older. Yeah. The problem with this photograph, I've been looking for photograph like for a teenager, let's say, and I found a lot of them, but a lot of girls, that age, but with makeup. So difficult to find, you know, a photograph in Pinterest or anywhere else that you see a natural face without any makeup. I need to make this more rounded. I noticed that. I'm adding light. Basically, okay, that's better. I was about to say that I'm moving my brush following the form, the round form of the face. Same here. I need to soften this here more. Yeah, that's better. Oh, I was thinking about painting the hair. Yeah, I painted a little bit of the hair. This line is too straight. Wow, so terrible. I gotta break it. Okay. What else? Okay, I'm creating a chaos here. Okay. I want to make some loose here. Like that. Okay, I think that's it for today. Yeah, we like to paint a little bit more, but okay, I'm tired. I'm tired, and I see more things I could like to continue painting, especially the hair. I would love to put more time, but you know, it's been 3 hours. I want to prepare one of these days to paint for 6 or 8 hours to make a marathon. Yeah. Okay. What else? What else that I'm missing? Something important that maybe I could be missing. Yeah. One thing that I gotta confess about the hand. Okay. I mean, you know, that's I can. If I stay on the hand, that's gonna be just an extra hour, and I'm not gonna be able to make it. Okay. What else? I added some touches. This kind of orangey color there. Always on the mouth. Always add some intense red in the middle. You can add a little bit of red here, close to the tear duct. Okay. Maybe I'm gonna add more light here on the white of the eye. Okay. I think I like the highlight. I'm gonna make it brighter. Yeah. Okay. What else? Yep, just that, I think. Thank you, Narita. Thank you again. Painting makes me tired. I can paint for hours anymore. Yeah. Yeah, that's something that happens. Yeah, yes. I gotta. I mean, I could paint for maybe 4 hours or 5 hours top, and I gotta take a break. But like painting here in YouTube, that the setup is kind of different. That's the problem. I could paint maybe more if I move the painting. If uh, I paint, I know I stand up and paint. I sit down and paint. I move myself. Like even if I take the painting from the easel and I put it on a table and continue painting, that would be different. But now here, I kind of staying just in one position. Another thing that I could love to do when I'm painting, no, not in YouTube, of course, is just rotate the painting, put the painting upside down, check out on the mirror, keeping the painting upside down and checking out the painting on the mirror. Okay. And what else? Oh, one thing I was thinking about the blue here. I was thinking that was too intense. That's kind of fighting. The face is kind of, is this or this? Maybe not. Maybe just it's in my head that, but let me see if I'm gonna knock down this a little bit. I'm gonna use a lot of linseed oil. I'm gonna darken up this a little bit. Okay. Maybe I could even make the background darker. In this way, I just could see the face just, you know, bloom. Okay. I'm not gonna make this completely darker. I just gonna darken up here. Okay. Yeah, I think it works better for the face. I like it, the bluish color, but You know, I gotta think about my focal point, and definitely maybe I would love to add a light blue here, an orange, or something intense. And definitely it's gonna be bright and it's gonna be nice. But I think right now I can see more the face and a little bit of this light. That's gonna be just a compliment, but it's not gonna be like watching this and this. Yeah. Okay, I'm not saying that it didn't work before, but for me, that thing is pretty subtle. It's more about the personal, taste, what you like, what you think is better. But definitely, if I maybe it's that happened to me. Sometimes I go back like 10 minutes before and say, okay, that was better before. I shouldn't change that. Yeah, so, that happens. That happens so many times. I stop worrying about that. Okay, we're out to it. Thank you so much for everybody. You can go home now. Pretty sure you're home. Class dismissed. Okay. Still 73 people here. What are you doing here? Go home. Okay. Oh, maybe I should make this fly a little bit. Yeah, because I see on the photograph it looks like too kind of steady. Yeah, if I do this, I think it's gonna add some movement to that area. No, I think I'm just messing up the hair. Okay, that's it. Bye, everybody. Take care, you all. Thank you so much for being here. See you next time. Bye, Elizabeth. Bye, Anarita. Bye, Melanie. Anarita is saying how much passion you put in whatever you paint. Thank you. Okay. Thank you all. Okay. I'm just mentioning the names that I see here in the last comments. Thank you, Exploring. Thank you, Mervat. Thank you, Dajan. Thank you, everybody. Thank you all. See you next time. See you next week. Yeah, now I go for real. The last minute, you know what I see? That I think I have to make the upper lip a little bit short, a little bit narrower, a little bit smaller, a little bit thin. Too late, I think. Too late. Too late to make these corrections. Okay, bye.